Hey there, weary traveler from Bizarro World. You have passed the Twilight Zone. Hit the fork
I love it. You guys are so great.
in the road. Took the right and rolled right into the most offensive church this side of the universe, the Party Pin. We clap for you. Welcome. Welcome to my humble abode and what we do here in this most magnificent place. We read this great ass book. It's called God Said because God did not say that. This is God's unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by yours truly, the most wonderful saint of awesome, your super stone sage, Saint Nikki Grit. Yeah, I am fucking wonderful. So, welcome. So, yesterday we started a new book. David was king of Judah. And then Saul's son, Ishi, was made king of the vampires, and David was king of the werewolves. Well, Ishi decided to get slick with Abner, the commander of the vampire army. Ishi decides to get snippy with this guy and talk about why he's having sex with this woman. And Abner is completely offended. First off, how does he know where his pecker's been? And secondly, who the fuck does this guy think he is? It's not like he's king or something. But anyway, Abner said, if you wasn't king, I'd whoop your ass. But I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to make David king instead of you. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. So Abner goes to David and is like, I'll make you king. And David's like, if you give me Saul's daughter, If you give me Michelle back, I'll be king. So they go get Michelle or Michelle, whatever you prefer. Anyway, they go get her, and her husband follows her all the way, right? Her husband follows her all the way, crying. And Abner's like, why are you crying, you sissy? Stop crying, okay? Stop crying, or I'm going to give you a reason to cry. So Balti decides it's definitely not worth it, okay? It's definitely not worth it. So they go get her. But what happened before that? No. What happened after that is Abner, commander of the vampires, gets ready to leave. And Joab, commander of the werewolves, is super pissed because Abner killed Joab's brother. Even though he didn't want to, Joab's brother wouldn't stop. So he killed him. And then he calls Abner, or Abner calls Joab and is like, can we stop fighting now? And dude's like, yeah, we can stop fighting now, or whatever. But he doesn't know his brother's dead. But then he finds out that his brother's dead. And like he gets super mad. So when David lets the guy go in peace, he is like super fucking mad about it. Like super mad. Like so mad, in fact, he yells at David. Like he can really yell at David. But he thinks he can, so he does. And then he goes out and is like, go tell that guy to come back. David wants him. So Abner comes back because he thinks David wants him. But Joab meets him and kills him. And then David finds out and he just stays super mad at Joab. But he doesn't tell him. He just says, this is probably the worst thing to ever happen. And that's where we left off and where we will be picking up. So come this way. I have the 6 C's for whatever time it is where you are. I have cigarettes, cannabis, coffee, chairs with your name on it, cat beds, and canine space. So bring your animals and come on this way. We have such a good time. So we are on 2 Samuel. We're picking up on chapter 4. So come on in. Let me know what you're drinking and what you're smoking. We will have such a good time. Hi, Neil. What are you drinking and smoking? I'm drinking coffee and I'm smoking roaches. Because I won't have weed again until like the 4th of July. It's all right, Miss Muddy. You can listen because it is a good story. And I'm going to do my best to only chat during breaks. So feel free to chat during breaks. But what's everybody drinking and smoking? Hi, everyone. Welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. We are about to be picking up on chapter 4. What's everybody drinking and smoking? Chat in the chat. It's totally awesome. And it would be great to hear from you. It's so good to see you, cousin. What do you mean you're a baked potato? Never mind. I totally get it. Actually, I am not a baked potato. I have had like a stomach virus since yesterday. I tried to power through it, but I only made it a short amount of time. I'm drinking Heineken and Fireball whiskey. Oh my God. You're not around people, are you? Dark liquor is bad liquor. I smoked some fairy cake. I'm smoking roaches. It's a mixed bag. Who knows what it is? I have roaches from like 3 months ago. But we are picking up on chapter 4. So now, when Ishi, Saul's son, so Ishi is Saul's son, the king of the vampires, heard that Abner had died in Hebron, he lost courage, and all the vampires were disturbed. And Saul's son had 2 men who were commanders of bands. The name of one was Baana, and the other was Rechab, sons of Ramamon, the Beerothite. They're Benjamites. And the Beerothite, and they fled to Gittaim and have been aliens until this day. Now, Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son crippled in his feet. He was 5 years old when the report of Saul and Jonathan came from Jezreel. His nurse took him up and fled. And it happened that in her hurry to flee, he fell and became lame. And his name was Mephibosheth. I'm willing to bet he broke his fucking ankles. Like, he broke his ankles and they were probably healed. And he could probably walk, but they didn't understand that shit back then. But anyway. Wait. What? Okay, so it was okay. So the sons of Ramamon, Rechab, and Baana departed and came to the house of Ishi in the heat of the day while he was taking his midday rest. So this is Baana and Rechab. Okay. So they were at Ishi Shobeth's house in the midday. and they came in the middle of the house as if to get wheat, and they struck him in the belly, and then they escaped. Now, when they came into the house, as he was lying on his bed in his bedroom, okay, wait a minute. They came into the middle of the house as if to get wheat, and they struck him in the belly, and then they escaped. Now, when they came to the house, as he was lying in his bed, they struck and killed and beheaded him. That's two different stories in the same fucking paragraph. Anyway, they took his head to David in Hebron, and they said, "Behold, the head of Ishi, the son of Saul, your enemy, who has sought your life. The Lord has given you." Hold on. The Lord has given my Lord the king vengeance this day on Saul and his descendants. And David answered Rechab and Baanah his brothers and said, "As the Lord lives, who has redeemed my life from all distress." When the one guy told me he killed Saul, I killed him. So what am I supposed to do with you? What am I supposed to? Yeah, you're about to die. Sorry for your luck, dude. You shouldn't have killed him. Then David commanded the young men, and they killed them and cut off their hands and feet and hung them beside the pool in Hebron. And they took the head of Ishi and buried it in the grave of Abner in Hebron. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we are in between chapters. So let's smoke this, the rest of the cigarette, and some of this bowl and have a conversation. What do you guys think about David going around killing people that God anointed, only they don't know that? Nothing. No one. Nobody's got anything to say. We are all unthinking beasts. I'm mostly just kidding. You guys are some of the smartest people I know. Why aren't we talking to me? Man, I suck at this Bible study shit. That's it. I'm not talking anymore. Where's Drunken Wizard? Yeah, I know David has free choice, but why is he going around killing people? And God doesn't even care about it. Like, I remember how I said, like, Joshua was a fucking shit because he could tell God no? David is the same way. He can tell God no, and he does all the fucking time. And God don't even give a shit about it. He's like, okay, well, tell me no. It's wild. YouTube, censor my comment. Was it that bad? Yeah, but they were already dead. They killed them and then cut off their hands and feet and then hung them upside down. Like it was a slaughterhouse or something. It's fucking crazy. But there's a part. No, we already passed it. Where they cut off the guy's big toe. They cut off their big toe and their right thumb. Their two thumbs and their two toes. And then they become uh yeah, okay. Is it that one right there? The removing of the hands and feet, because I could see that. Uh-huh. It really is disturbing. Where did my bowl go? Did you guys see where I happen to put my pipe? Oh, there it is. It's right there, right in front of me. What do you think, Neil? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I did it right that time. Okay. So we are on chapter 5. Here we go. Then all Hey, can somebody go pull a drunken wizard out of Deb's chat? Because this is where God really starts talking to David. This is like the beginning stages of God talking and partying with David. Okay, well, I'll wait for you to get back. I'll go over to Deb's chat. Oh, hold on. Why don't we? Oh, okay. Okay. I shut it off. I shared those places. I was wondering how many people. She's not live. Oh, wow. Well, then he'll be here. At least I hope so. Anyway, Neil, are you back yet? All right, let's hit this poll one more time and then we're going to go on to chapter 5. All right, chapter 5. Then all the vampires came to David at Hebron and said, "Behold, we are your bone and flesh." No, they're not. David is a werewolf through and through. I'm sorry, but he is. Anyways, previously, when Saul was king over us, you were the one who led the vampires in and out. And the Lord said to you, "You will shepherd my people, and you will be a ruler." So the elders came to the king in Hebron, and King David made a covenant with them before the Lord at Hebron. Then they anointed David king of the vampires. And David was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned 40 years. He reigned 40 years in Israel and 7 years in Judah, something like that. And he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he reigned 33 years over both. So he was King of Kings. Now, the king and his men went to Jerusalem against the Jebusites, the inhabitant of the land, and they said to David, "You can't come in, dude. I don't know what to tell you, but you're not coming in here." "Yeah, we're Jebusites." And we said, "No, you're not coming in." So David captured the stronghold of Zion. Look, found Zion. You can just fucking buy a plane ticket there, you Zionist fit weirdos. Zionist weirdos. Anyway, we found Zion. It's right there. The Jebusites had it. So you can just go there. Just saying, it's a plane ticket away. Well, maybe not anymore, but it used to be. Anyway, nevertheless, David captured the stronghold of Zion. That is the city of David. Found it. Found Zion. It's 2 Samuel verse 7. Zion. Okay. And David said on that day, "Who would strike the Jebusites and let him reach the lame, the blind?" Hold on. "Whoever should strike the Jebusites, let him reach the lame, the blind, the lame and the blind who are hated by David's soul." But those were the people who were with you, dick. Oh, I guess he's only killing them of the Jebusites so they don't become a strain on. Okay, I can understand the logic, but David. That's why I keep, if there's a war in America, I'm going to be one of the first ones to go. I'm lame and useless. I'm not even good at babysitting. That's why I don't have kids. Well, I do have kids, but I wasn't allowed to be a mom because I'm really bad at it. Okay. Anyway, so the lame and the blind were hated by David's soul. Through David said, okay, kill the useless people, they are hated by David's soul. So he's talking about himself in third person. And then he says, through the water tunnel, say, what does it say? And David said on that day, whoever would strike the Jebusites, let them reach the lame and the blind, who are hated by David's soul, through the water tunnel. Therefore they say, the blind or the lame shall not come into the house. What does that even mean? No one knows what's happening. And David said to Jehoram, let him reach the lame and the blind through the water tunnel. So go through the water tunnel to kill him. Something is happening. Okay. Anyway, so David lived in the stronghold and called it the city of David. And David built all around from the Millo inward. And David became greater and greater, for the Lord God of hosts was with him. Then Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David with cedar trees, carpenters, stonemasons, and they built a house for David. And David, oh, this is my favorite part. I want to hump the air so bad. I want to do a doggy style. I just, take that air. Man, take that shit. It's fucking good. Ah, man. Okay. Anyways. And David realized that the Lord had established him as king, that he had exalted his kingdom for the sake of his people. Meanwhile, David took more hose bags and wives from Jerusalem after he came from Hebron, and he had more sons and daughters. Okay. Now these are the names of those born to the vampires. Shemamua, Shobab, Nathan, which we don't know if that's a prophet or not. Solomon, Ebar, Elishua, Nephteg, Japhiah, Elishama, Elida, Epiphelet. And when the Philistines heard that they had anointed David king, the Philistines got butt sore and went to fight David. And David went down to the stronghold. Now, the Philistines came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. They went yodeling through the valley. Yodel, 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 hee hoo. Yodeling in the valley. That's Kid Rock and ICP. That is a good song. I mean, Kid Rock's got his issues or whatever, but man, that's a good song. anyways, God's back. Okay. Then David inquired of the Lord, saying, should I go? Are you going to give them into my hand? And the Lord said,
David! Ah, David. Yeah. Yeah. David. Ah, I thought you would never ask. I mean, I'm sure you asked before. Yeah, but this is different. You're king now. Yeah. Like you're gonna be king. Oh my god. We're there already? Man, this is so awesome. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nikki K the Great, Saint Nikki K the Great, needs to doggy style the air real quick. Okay. Yes, you can go fight these people. I totally am giving them into your hand.
Okay. So David came to Baal Perazim and defeated them there. And he said, "The Lord has broken through my enemies like the breaking of water." Therefore, he named that place Baal Perazim because it was already named that. What is up with this? It's so original. And they abandoned their idols there. So David and his men carried them away. Now, the Philistines came up once again and spread themselves out in the valley of Rephaim. Then David inquired of the Lord, and the Lord said,
No, I got a better idea. Look, I got a better idea. Look, circle around behind them and come out them in the front of the balsam trees. And it shall be when you hear the sound of marching in the tops of the trees, then you shall act promptly, for then the Lord will have gone out before you to strike the army of the Philistines.
So David did so, just as the Lord had commanded, and struck down the Philistines from Geba to Gezer. All right, everyone, we are going on to chapter 6. So, no, just me. I want to give the air doggy style because, man, this story is amazing. I don't look, I love the story of David. Like, God is so much fun in this story. It's like God is in his early to mid 20s. Like he's kid free, he's wife free, he doesn't have a girlfriend, he's in bachelor mode. Like, God is so much fun. Man, the story of David shows God's personality. I had I had to eat saltine crackers. But anyway, are we gonna hit this bowl before we go on to chapter 6? Um, Everyone, don't forget, press like and subscribe and join the chat. I would love to know what you think about the story of David. It is like my favorite story in the whole world. No, God, man, he is a fun motherfucker in the story of David. God is so funny. And he is all over the place in the story of David. Like he is really, really, really. Okay. So the deeper we go into the story of David, the more we are going to see God's personality, like his real personality, when he doesn't have to be all tough God and shit. We're gonna see a lot of his personality come through in the story of David, and we are going to see how fun he can be if you want to have fun. God will have fun with you, but you got to want to have fun. So let's go on to chapter 6. Okay. Now David again gathered together all the chosen men, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people who were with him to Baal, Judah, to bring from there God's suitcase chair, which is called by the very name of the Lord of hosts, who is enthroned above the cherubim. The fuck? Okay. Anyway, they want to go get God's suitcase chair. And if you don't know what that is, the ark. And if you look up the making of it, it's a suitcase chair. It has God's journal in it and everything. It's God's special stash chair. Anyway. And they placed the suitcase chair on a new cart that they might bring it from the house of Abinadab, which is on the hill of Uzziah and Ahio. And the sons of Abinadab were leading the new cart. So they brought with God's suitcase chair. So they brought it from Abinadab, which is on the hill, and Ahio was walking behind the cart. Meanwhile, and David and all the vampires were celebrating before the Lord with all kinds of instruments made of fir wood, with lyres, harps, tambourines, castanets, and cymbals. But they came to the threshing floor of Nacon. Uzziah reached out toward God's suitcase chair and took hold of it, for the oxen nearly upset it. And the anger. Okay. And the anger of the Lord burned hot, and God struck down Uzziah for his irreverence. Struck him down for his irreverence. And he died there by the suitcase chair. And David became angry at God. Like, what the hell did you do that for? Like, really? Really? I'm not taking it if you are that temperamental. I'm not. No. And plus, I don't even have anywhere to put it. So, yeah, I'm not taking it. Yeah, I'm not really taking it, okay? Okay. And that place is called Perez Uziza to this day. So David was afraid of the Lord that day. And he was like, yep, it's not coming to my house. It can go to somebody else's house, but it's not going to mine. And David was unwilling to move the suitcase chair into the city of David. So David took it to Obed Edom's house. Thus, the suitcase chair remained in the house of Obed Edom, the Gittite, 3 months. And the Lord blessed Odom Edom and all that was in his household. So at this point, David is super influencer. He's all over Instagram, right? So he's all over the place. And somebody is on there talking about how blessed Obed Edom is. And David gets jealous. Okay. But he doesn't say that. He says, I want to come get God's suitcase chair because I think I have a place for it. So I'm going to take it from Obed Edom and I'm going to bring it to my house because God just can't be blessing anybody. That's crazy. And David, okay. So David went and brought up God's suitcase chair from Obed's house into the city of David with gladness. Everybody was so happy that David got the suitcase chair. Nobody even realizes David did that because he was jealous. Like, David is out of control. But God loves him. Hey, God loved David because God does. And so it was that when the bearers of it was when the bearer of the suitcase chair had gone 6 paces, he sacrificed an ox and a fatling. And David, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but this is the best. This is the best. Okay. So, an ox. And David was dancing before the Lord with all his might. And David was wearing nothing but an ephod. And they got this live on YouTube, and David put it on his YouTube page, and he was dancing all butt ass naked and nothing but a hat. It's good time. Yeah. And David and all the vampires were bringing up the ark of the Lord with shouting and the sounds of a trumpet. Then it happened as God's suitcase chair came into the city of David. Okay. So as it was coming in, Michal, the daughter of Saul, looked out the window and saw King David leaping and dancing with his man meat out, and she despised him in her heart. So David's butt ass naked. Hi, Debs. So David's butt ass naked and nothing but a hat. Okay, and he's butt ass naked and nothing but a hat. And he's dancing and he's leaping and his man meat is everywhere. And there's music and God is just clapping and stomping away. And David's just buck ass naked. And God is just so happy. And there's trumpets. And it's like, brr, 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 brr. You know, like swoop music. It's like, gotta jump, jive, then you will. You know, there's this like swing dancing and swing music, and everybody was naked. Just to picture it. This God's suitcase chair. And David is butt naked on God's suitcase chair, dancing to a trumpet, you know, like the Brian Setzer Orchestra Look it up because that's what David was dancing butt ass naked to. They were doing swing dancing. It's like, gotta jump, jive, then you wail. Look it up. Brian Setzer Orchestra, Jump, Jive, and Wail. Or it was that Cherry Poppin' Daddies, Zoot Suit Riot, Riot, throw back a bottle of beer. Zoot Suit Riot, Riot, pull a comb through your cold black hair. Something like that. Anyway, David's butt ass naked doing this. Oh shit. Anyway. So Michelle so Michelle despised him in her heart. And they brought and got suitcase chair and set it in its place inside the tent. So God's house that David pitched in the backyard. So God lives in David's backyard. In the city of David, that is formerly called Zion. You could just fucking go there. It's not in Utah. It's the city of fucking David. You could just go there. Well, probably not now, but in former times you could go there. Anyway. Okay. So where am I at? Okay. And he pitched a tent for it. And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings for the Lord. And when and when David had finished offering the burnt offering and the peace offering, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts. And by the way, he's butt ass naked while he's doing this. And we are going to find out how I know that right now. David is butt ass naked, covered in animal blood. I love this book. I love this book. Man, this makes me want to hump the air doggy style. I promise to God. This is the best. It's the fucking best. Okay. So anyway, when he was done, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord. And then he gave the people a sandwich. Hold on. He gave them a cake and some raisins. Yeah, he gave them cake and raisins. And he returned to bless his household. And Michelle, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, "What were you doing? What was up with that, man? Like, why don't you have any clothes on?" Right? Yeah. Why don't you have any clothes on? Especially in front of the maids. And they're women. And then David said, "I will wiggle my dick in front of every single one. Come and look at my penis. What do you think? Look at my man meat." Yeah. She's saying, "Don't look at my man meat. Don't listen to her. Look at it." I was dancing for God anyway. Look, and I will do it all the more gross. Tell me I'm being gross. I'm gonna be even more gross. Look, I promise. You have no idea. Look. And Michelle, the daughter of Saul, had no chill. I mean, she had no child to the day of her death. I'll show everybody my man meat. Look, can you believe David said that? Look. Hey, Wheels. Look, Wheels has been my best friend since second grade. Look, what do you guys think? David was butt ass naked. And then Mikhail's like, but there's the ladies. And then David was like, look at my man meat. And not to mention, I was dancing for God. I don't even care about these ladies looking at my man meat. I was dancing for God. What do you guys think? Oh, chicken strips are pretty good. Okay, so he's back at the beginning. Well, that's good. Hope you watch it on 2 times speed. So, what did you guys think about that? I'm on my 4th bowl tonight. No, nothing. Hi, everyone. Press like and subscribe because we do this every night. We just finished off chapter 6. We might be moving on to chapter 7. No, maybe not chapter 7 tonight. But why don't we smoke a bowl and have a conversation? It's Q&A time. Does anybody have a question for me? Okay, well, we're about to end shortly. Don't worry, Wheels. But when you go back and watch it on 2 times speed. Oh, just wait. David dances butt ass naked and nothing but a hat. And he shows his wang to everybody. He's like, look at my man meat. Yeah, just wait. When you go back, watch it on 2 times speed. My movements are way funnier on 2 times speed. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, Wheels. Ricky is my cousin. And Wheels has been my best friend since like second grade. And God likes swing music. God loves that shit. Just swing music is God's music. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Chua, 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 chua. So it's Q&A time. Does anybody have a question I can answer? I want to give some sage advice. The universe is the question. And the answer is effort. Yeah, I fixed it. The universe is the question, and the answer is effort. The universe gets entropic. And it's more like the universe is the question, and the answer is effort. Because the universe has a tendency to go entropic. So you always have to make effort. And it's to keep things from becoming stagnant and entropic, because the less you move things, the harder it's going to get to move them. That's why you can sit down for too long and then you'll never be able to get back up, because entropy sets in quickly. There's always got to be a question. Wheels, are you still here? Do you have a question for your sage? I don't know. I was in juvie when shots closed. When my mom and dad closed shots, I was in juvie. Remember? Because my mom busted me out and I spent all that time with you. Do you remember when my mom busted me out of juvie? Do you remember that? Dude, my mom walked up in juvie and put me in the trunk of her car and drove off with me. Sure did. And I spent that whole week with Wheels at Hilton Park. No, yeah, it was Hilton Park. Yeah, we go to the Celestial Ward. That was a good time. That was a good time. Man, we had so much fun when we were kids, Wheels. Man, man, I barely remember that time. Oh, do you remember the time we were driving down the street and we saw my mom beating up some cops? Yeah, that really happened. We were driving on 8 Mile and my mom was beating up cops. Do you remember that? We were with a kid called Firefighter. And I said, "Holy shit, that's my mom." Don't turn around. Uh, man, that was such a good time. Or that time I met Firefighter. I met this guy because in a fuzzy coat, yep, a pink mini dress and a fuzzy coat, and my mom was straight whooping some cop's ass. But firefighter, I met him because I humped his leg in a mall. Yep. Like, yeah, dude, my mom is a badass. Not anymore, though. My mom used to be a gun-toting gangster, and now my mom is a Bible-toting gangster. She's the exact opposite of me. I'm just a gangster with a Bible. My my mom, my mom is, if there was a soldier for the Lord, it would be my mom. Now, not used to be. My mom used to be really bad. Hey, that's my mom. That's exactly. Uh, yeah, my mom was the shit. Remember when I only had to go to school for like an hour a day? Because I was really bad in school. And my dad would always drop me off at your house with $10. Oh, every day. My dad would drop me off at Will's house with $10. And then we would go make sidewalk slammers. What the fuck was in there? It was Still Reserve and Boone's Farm. Oh, and then we had the E&J inside the Dr. Pepper. That was pretty cool. Yeah. What were those? All right. Good night, Ricky. Have a good day at work. And I got to go to bed here shortly, too. Man, we had such a good time. Hmm. You know, Wheels, I tell my mom about that story, and she's like, I don't remember that. It's like, oh no, it did happen. I have witnesses. I don't remember that. Slick. Don't tell people that. Yep. It's a good time. Has anybody else got embarrassing stories? Has anybody else's mom ever broke them out of jail? Only my mom. Neil, did your mom ever bust you out of jail? I should make that a song. The night my mom busted me out of prison, I went and got drunk with Wheels at the park, yeah. It was my mom with two cops, yep. And she was whooping that ass. Man, my mom is a trip, but she's not like that anymore. Would your mom bust you out of prison? And it's not like she really busted me out. Like, we literally walked out the front door and she just put me in the trunk. Uh, my grandma about had a heart attack because I popped out of the trunk, and my grandma about died. She said, "Oh my God, won't need her. Take her back." My mom said, "Nope, we got to go to the doctor." Did you know We never went to the doctor, and I never got charged for that. Because I could have got another 3 years on my sentence, but they never even violated my parole. I didn't have any consequences from that, which they probably should have gave me some consequences for that. Then I wouldn't have ended up pregnant. Man, the system failed me. No, maybe not. The system failed me. I failed myself with the system's help. That's the night my mom broke me out of prison. I almost killed my grandma. Popped out of the trunk like, what's up? That's my new country song. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to get off here shortly. So, everybody, let's say goodbye and good night. And I will be back tomorrow at the same time in the same place doing the same thing. So, make sure you come. That's the night my mom broke me out of prison. Oh, wait, hold on. I got drunk when my mom broke me out of prison. I was 15. Didn't learn a lesson. Yeah, that's my new country song. Bone crushing hugs indeed, Neil. Go give the pillows some head and the sheets some ass and have the sweetest dreams ever. Wheels, are you still here? Good night. Love you. And this catching up shit was amazing. Yeah. And make sure you come back tomorrow. You are always welcome here. This is a great place to be. And you should go back and watch it, this stream. And when you go back and watch it on 2 times speed. It's so much funnier. And that's what I'm about to do here in like, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, some amount of seconds. Wheels might even be too high to say goodnight. Or how far back in the stream is he? Pretty far back, huh? I don't know. No, because he was having a conversation with me. He literally stopped having a question with me like fucking 2 minutes ago. His son must be doing things. I don't know. My son doesn't do shit. Well, he works at Kroger, so he does do something. He works at Kroger in Columbus. It's pretty far away. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I love you guys. It's time to give the pillows some head and the sheets some ass and have the sweetest dreams ever. I love you so much. Good night.